All right, y'all. We're going to try this for a third time, okay? So I had to restart my computer. That could be the issue. I'm not sure, but welcome to the Executive Innovation Show. I'm your host, Shevvy, and we're behind, but you know what? We are right on time because everything happens for a reason. So, as I've stated always, if you're new here, welcome to the Executive Innovation Show. And yes, I'm still getting the error. So, what I'm going to do, I'm still going to continue on because this is part of adjusting, and I'll just repost the link on LinkedIn later on. But for some reason, StreamYard is saying that it's not connected to LinkedIn. It could be something with LinkedIn, not sure. But in the meantime, I'm going to just continue as usual. I am streaming live here on YouTube, my YouTube channel, which is the Executive Innovation Show. So if you're like, hey, I did not watch it, get to see you today, you can actually go over to my YouTube channel, the Executive Innovation Show, and subscribe, but also watch the show there as well too. And also you can catch us on my Facebook feed at Shevvy Mac. And today we're talking about stop the planning and really start taking action. Okay. And before I get into that, as a founder, there we go. As a founder, I do understand that you are doing a lot. You are making a lot of moves, and you are planning, okay? But it comes a time where you have to stop the planning and start taking action. And this is what this show for today's episode is really focused on. And I want to share how when you continue to plan as a founder, that yes, it brings, you feel like you're productive, but nothing really happens. So we're going to really focus on why we need to get out of that planning stage and really step into the action stage as well. And hopefully it ends up working out for LinkedIn. I'm not sure, like I said. But hey, we're here now. It's all good. Come on in, say hello. Let me know how you're doing. And it's not showing up on Facebook either. So hopefully it's on YouTube as well. But welcome to the Executive Innovation Show. I'm your host, Shevvy, also your business development and SBIR consultant, along with trainer and speaker. And I help tech founders who don't have the time, they don't have the team, and they don't have the tolerance to break into the federal market. And the way that my company does that is really helping them to position themselves with strategic positioning, but also with outreach and partnership, and also helping them to submit merit-worthy proposal, whether that's for federal opportunities, whether that's for SBIR, so that it can build a sustainable business. Because like I said, tech founders doesn't have the time, the capacity, or the tolerance to navigate in that space. We have someone on YouTube. Welcome, Shanette. Thank you for joining. Yes. LinkedIn is acting up today for whatever reason. And so, yes, definitely supporting tech founder to really break into the market. So you might be in the commercial space doing well, you're busy, but you're really looking forward to step fully into the federal space. And you're like, hey, I don't have a clue. I don't know where to start. And I'm looking for support to really help me build the foundation and the strategic partnership that is needed to create those opportunities. And that starts before those opportunity comes. Okay. So we're talking about why we need to get out of the planning stage and really into the action stage. And the reason I'm bringing this up, because I'm having conversations with founders, whether that's in the tech space, in the nonprofit space, or just, other business owners. And they are really looking to bring in my company to support them to, whether that's identifying federal opportunities or writing grants, supporting them with grants support. And what I'm hearing is individuals and these founders are in, some of them are in the planning stage, and some of them are serving clients, but they don't have the time and capacity. And one thing about planning, it does feel like momentum is moving because we're planning, we're writing things down on paper. We're having meetings after meetings after meetings. And if you're like, not another meeting, drop a 2 in the chat, because being in the military, I've been in a lot of meetings, okay? And some days I'm like, why we have a meeting for the meeting that we just had? And it's just like, to me, it's just a waste of time, waste of resources, manpower, all the things. So as a business owner, yes, you can plan, and planning is needed. it is needed because you have to have a path, you have to have a vision. But it comes a time where you as the founder have to decide, okay, we've launched the business, we've planned and we've planned and we've planned. Now it's like, when are we going to take action? And this is what I really help my clients with, is to really get that momentum going, because again, you don't have the time, or maybe you don't have the clarity or where to start. And you don't need a whole, all this time planning. And I see it with people. I saw it in the military where some leaders are just planning and planning. For me, it's like you can plan and you try to plan for the perfect, you want to create the perfect plan, but in actuality, there's no perfect plan. There's a plan that can be right, but you have to, excuse me, you have to execute the plan to see, okay, what is actually, is best fitted for what we're looking to do. So you can plan all day, but if there's no action, you're wasting your time, you're wasting your manpower, you're wasting your resources, and then you're pushing your time back further to create those federal opportunities. Okay. So let me put this here. So when it comes to the federal market or the commercial market, planning does not build the traction. Action does. When you want that momentum, you want things to start moving forward, you have to put the pen down, put the paper down, get off the keyboard, get off the computer, and start taking action. In order to step into the federal market, you have to move. And that movement consists of many different things. That's, picking up the phone, doing research, identifying agencies that you want to work with. So you get to create a plan, but also you have to create the action that goes along with that plan. And as a consultant, this is what I truly help my clients with, is that momentum, that movement from paper into action. Okay. And, with my last, client that I served, this individual was crazy busy, and it's still crazy busy right now because they have deadline that they have to execute on. But by me supporting that client, I was able to help them to really do all of it. The research, the agency identification, writing the actual proposal, submitting the proposal on their behalf. And that 80% is what I was doing. And yes, you can plan all day, but you want that 80%, you want that plan to be that 20%. And now that 80% is what you're really, okay, now you brought someone in, a strategic partner who can help you to get the needle moving, get that thread going through to the next, seam and so forth. So definitely, if you're like, I've been planning for the last several months, it is time, my friend, to you to say, okay, we need someone to kind of get us to the next step. And I want to share something very quickly. So I was having a conversation with a founder, and this is just, again, validating what is happening. And this might be happening to you. This founder for this organization, business, launched a business several years ago. They are, in the planning stage. They have been planning and planning. They have a partner, so they're meeting with the board and all the things, which is great. But what happens when you have people who you're having conversations with? Maybe it's a partner who is like, hey, we need to plan again. We need to have another meeting and another meeting. But then you might be the person like, hey, I'm ready to move forward. Because guess what? We're ready. We have this big vision. We are ready to execute. And, the conversation that I had, the person is so ready to take the next step. But before they can do that, now they have another meeting to discuss the same thing they already discussed already. So again, we're looking at more time being utilized for things that were already shared, decisions that were already made. But now it's like, let's go back to the drawing board. It's like, to me, it's like we're in the analysis paralysis, process right now. So for me, I am that person who, I'm going to listen, but also I'm going to be very direct. I'm gonna give you my thought process. And what I said to the founder was like, okay, you did this, this, and this. When are you taking action? Like, when are you taking action? And I had to, and I said to that person, like stop the planning, and you need to do the next step. What does that next step looks like for you and your organization? And there's like, yeah, that's where we need to be. So it's bringing someone in like myself, or whoever you decide to bring in as a consultant, to help you, give you that clarity. And what I saw just from the conversation I was having with this founder What they need is not another plan and meeting. They need execution. They need to position their organization for opportunities, for visibility, for partnership. And this is what I support my clients with, is really helping them to position their company for the so that it can be seen, that visibility, the messaging, the clarity, and what they're looking to execute, but also the outreach. And this is what this organization needs right now. They don't need another planning meeting. Okay. So stop the planning, start taking action. And when it comes to you as a business owner, I get it. Having a business plan is great. You want to see it on paper. But for me as a consultant, as your advisor, I'm going to tell you, okay, great. We have the plan. Now what? Like my last new article. Now what? You build it. You have a solution. Now what? The next thing is action. So identify what is the one thing that you need to do now. So you did the planning. Based on your plan, what is that one thing that you need to do today or by tomorrow? Because I don't want you to go another day planning something and then still having a conversation about it. I want you to say, you know what? We've planned for the last 6 months. It's time for us to move forward to this next step. And that could be your foundation. That could be your positioning. That could be like, okay, outreach. That could be identifying agencies. That could be a lot of different things, but you have to decide today, no later than tomorrow. Okay. So when it comes to your business and really looking at, okay, how can I get to the next step? Well, friend, that's a great question. Even though you didn't ask that question, my answer to that is you need to bring in someone like me. I'm letting you know I'm available for you, who is going to help you to really get the clarity, but also help you to position your company as the answer, as the solution. Because no more planning. My throat. 1 second. And if there are any questions while you all are listening, please drop it in the chat. Or if you're feeling what I'm feeling, tell me, drop in the comments. Feelings. Remember that song? Yeah. So for me, it's, I don't want you to waste more time. I don't want you to waste more energy because you are doing a lot, but I need you to get out of that planning stage. And you need to bring in someone who is a strategic partner. You don't need another employee, because I know financially you're probably like, hey, I can't, afford to bring in a full-time or part-time employee because I need to make sure, I'm going to have to do X, Y, and Z. So bringing in a consultant to help and support you, it's your strategic partner who's going to take on that load, that workload that you like, hey, I don't have the time for, I don't have the team for, but also I don't have the tolerance for right now, this moment, but it's needed. But the work that, that you don't have time for is needed. So what I like to offer you is the opportunity to connect with me. And you can just send me a DM with the word sprint, because I have my strategic growth sprint. And this is for the tech founder who is like, already in the market, in the commercial space, and they are looking to position their company for federal opportunities. They're looking to do strategic outreach and find partnerships that are aligned with what they are doing, so they can start that conversation. They can, create that the collaboration out there that's available. Like, for example, a current, client that I'm, supported, guess what? They're about to have their third conversation with an organization that can lead to a multi-million-dollar contract. So this is what I do while you are in the lab, while you are in your space of, zone, and you are doing what you're doing, what you love to do, and you are supporting clients. I'm the one doing the outreach for you. But with this strategic growth sprint, is really going to position you and set you up for success so that you can tap into those federal dollars. Because I don't want just the big companies to take these billions and millions of dollars from the federal government. I want you as a small business to get a piece of that pie. Okay. So by going through this program, you get to continue doing what you're doing, but I'm going to help you to position your company for success and also sustainability as well too. Okay. So that is for the tech founder who is already established, doing amazing work, but are looking to step into a new arena of opportunities, and that is the federal market. And what you get by working with me is your time back to really execute and not burn yourself out. Create partnership opportunities that you were not aware of. So instead of you doing the full work, I am teaching you the strategies that I have used so that you can implement. And if you want to like, hey, you know what I want you to do for me, Chevy, guess what? That's available as well too. Okay. So that is available for the tech founder who's already established and looking for someone to help them position their company for federal dollars. Okay. But also I have the opportunity for someone, well, not someone, business owners like yourself who are like, hey, Chevy, I'm not at that level yet, but I'm looking to build out my foundation. Okay, my foundation. And that means my foundation of getting the clarity, but also position. This is very similar, but also on a lower tier, because you're now getting your feet wet. And if you're like, hey, I'm looking for someone who you can trust, who's going to deliver, but also who's going to hold you accountable to get the work done. Because again, I'm not going to babysit you, because I don't babysit adults, but I guide you. You have to be willing to do the work. Okay. And if you like, you know what, I'm out here on LinkedIn and I'm just kind of like flowing, but I don't know what I'm doing, then I invite you to reach out to learn about my federal positioning incubator. This will be a 6-week opportunity to help you position and build the foundation that you need to start getting those visibility, doing outreach, and positioning your company for opportunities as well too. So again, if you are already an established tech founder and you're like, hey, I'm looking for someone to position my company, but also support me at a higher level, then definitely reach out to me. And if you're like, hey, Chevy, I just need the basic, I need the foundation, then definitely reach out and just send me the word incubator for that, and sprint for the strategic growth sprint if you're looking for that type of support. That is a one-on-one support. And with the incubator, that will be a small group of business owners. So it's very intimate. And we're going to go for 6 weeks. We're going to have you and me along with the other individuals in the group. And we are going to be very intentional, but also strategic with our time and execution as well. Because the biggest thing that people have an issue with right now is the execution aspect. Like I said, we got to stop the planning and we got to start taking action today, no later than tomorrow. So if you are at that, in this space right now, and you're like, Chevy, this resonate with me, then reach out to me. You can send me a DM. You can click the link in the show note and just book a call just to have a conversation. No pressure. This is just us connecting and just to hear more of how I can support you. So again, let's stop the planning, and I need you to start taking action today. So if there are any questions, you can drop them here. If you like, hey, I resonated with this show today, this episode, drop in the chat also share this replay with someone that you like, hey, you need to listen to this, or you need to reach out to Chevy, let them know. And again, thank you all so much for joining. My goal is, you build a solution and we create the path for you to be seen, position, and get funded. Okay. I kind of just summarize, what it is, but it's really focused on you build the path and we get a position, seen, and funded. But I'm your host, Chevy, as your business development SBIR consultant, along with, trainer and speaker. Thank you for joining me on the Executive Innovation Show. And as always, supporting tech founders who don't have the team, the tolerance, and the time to break into the federal market. And we do that through strategic partnership, intentional outreach, and also strategic positioning, and also submitting merit-worthy proposals so that you can build a sustainable business without burning out as a small business owner. All right, y'all. Well, thank you so much for joining. Catch me on YouTube as well, because LinkedIn was acting up today. Could be StreamYard, I'm not sure. But I want to thank you all so much for joining me on the Executive Innovation Show. And I will see you all next Wednesday. And just very quickly, I will be having a guest on the 19th of this month. So I'm going to be bringing guests on, whether it's once a month or maybe twice. We'll see how that goes. But yes. And also, if you are new, I just want to put a plug very quickly. Last year I wrote my book, and my goal was to have it launched last year. Well, I'm bringing it back because, again, life is happening, transition is happening, all the things has been happening, but your girl is still showing up because this book is really about helping women. This book is for women who are in their 40s and, who are leading in, their lives and careers and businesses. And this book is really, it was a different name. I'm shifting the name because it really aligns with who I am. And I know so many women can relate to this book, and is really focused on helping them to lead through life, career, and business without losing who she is, doing those process of journey in life. And it's going to be very a little bit of my story, but also tools and strategies that they can utilize as well to navigate and lead through all of life and career and business chaos while staying grounded, which is key, which I've done as well too. And I'm just sharing a little bit about my journey, but also giving you the tool set that you can utilize as a woman in her 40, navigating life, career, and business. But also this will come along with a journal as well too. So if you're like, hey, you want to learn more about the book and the journal, you can just reach out to me. You can send me a DM with the word, hey, book, and I'll be happy to share and get you on the list, because my goal is to have it released September, which I have about 7 weeks, because it will be a birthday gift to myself. That is the goal. Okay. That is the goal. So if you're like, hey, I want to learn more about this book, to see if it can, help me to navigate and lead through all the things that are happening in your life, career, business, then reach out to me. All right, y'all. That's all I have for today. You hear the military aircraft going on. But again, thank you all so much for joining me in the Executive Innovation Show. Join me right here next Wednesday. And also, I will not be here on the 20th because it's my daughter's birthday, the oldest. And one more thing before I go, my daughter, the youngest, started school today. She is a first grader, y'all. So if you have kids going back to school, let me know in the chat. She's excited. I'm excited. I have a first grader, y'all. But all right, y'all, have an amazing Wednesday, and I will see you all next Wednesday.